One look is all it took.
But immediately when I met him, there was something that happened to me.
And I just knew that she was the girl to be mine all my life.
That I was the person that I guess that he had been waiting or looking for.
That was the day Noah met Petra, September 3rd, 1947, on a blind date at the Yuma Downtown Theater. And he says things were never the same. It's
something that comes over you. And I have a feeling right now, the same feeling that I had for her the day I met her in that theater. I still love her. She's beautiful. I love her.
After 3 months of dating, they were married.
And here we are, 64 years later. And now I'm Mrs. Petra Hefner.
But Mr. and Mrs. Hefner say it wasn't always easy.
Him going out with his friends, at those days, drinking and smoking, I thought that was normal because he was a man. But in the meantime, I was feeling inside like lonely, empty.
A mistake Noah says almost cost him the love of his life.
Inside I was building something there, like I was nobody. He didn't have time for us.
So Petra says she turned to her faith.
Remember that without our Heavenly Father, nothing is in this world possible, but with Him all things are possible.
And she came back with one request for her husband.
You forgive me.
On her knees, she asked Noah to forgive her for not being the wife he needed. It wasn't until then he saw how much pain he had caused.
I didn't realize what I was doing by not giving her my time. Not giving her enough of my time. I just can't emphasize that so much.
Then he knew it was his turn to ask for forgiveness, and he did.
Be ready to hug your wife and hold her when you've done something that's not good, and really mean what you say to her when you ask her to forgive you. That forgiveness is so important in a marriage.
And the feelings never die, honey, on a relationship. Yes, we have our little ups and downs and difficult times because we're human beings.
Like we say, there's so many bumps in the road that you have to get over. It'd have to be done with forgiveness.
Yes. Even through our trials and tribulations, there is wonderful and blessing times in one's union of marriage, And so I thank God first, and that we are still together, 64 years. We just had December the 7th.
Noah says time is the most important thing in a marriage, but there's more.
Never go to bed mad.
And don't forget the little things.
A peck on the nose, a peck on the forehead, a peck on the cheek. It's just there.
Well, it makes you feel, I don't know, important, special.
But most of all,
love one another unconditionally.
Unconditionally, yes.
Be ready to forgive.
Yes.
And that's what it takes.
It's a lesson they hope they've passed down to their only child, Debbie.
There's a lot of joy in our family, and there's a lot of love. And that's so important. So important. And I hope that me and my wife are an example of love.
And so far, they say it's a success.
They're both a couple that I think I can always be proud of.
The high school sweethearts seem to be following Petra and Noah's example through good times and bad.
Robert, he was a taxi for my wife when I was in the hospital. Anywhere she wanted to go, he would take her.
Which was mostly to spend time with Noah while he was in the hospital.
I couldn't resist, honey. I moved over in my bed and I let her lay down with me in bed because I had to feel the warmth of my wife's body, and it picked me up when I was down a little bit.
And that's right where they were for their 64th wedding anniversary.
She's a sweetheart. She is really a sweetheart, honey. And time is so important for people that want to stay together.
We never know, when that time will come for our life to end.